Today I'll be showing you how to make this elegant necklace. Some persons actually asked me for it, so it's been a while. I said I should just share the simple method on how to make this necklace. Even as a beginner, you'll be able to use the pattern I want to use for this necklace. It's not difficult, though it looks like that, but it's a very simple design to make. So for this tutorial, we're going to be using a size 8 crystal bead. We have our size 2, which is 11 seed bead or stand bead. Before I forget, I said I was going to show you the bead we're going to need for our next tutorial, a square flower vase. This is a 24-sided polygon. That's 24 gun bead. You can ask for it at your bead shop, and it's perfect for the next flower vase that I'm going to teach you how to make. So let's continue. I'll need a 0.30 mm fishing line. I have my Crimp bead, commonly known as stopper bead. I have my lobster hook. Currently I do not have something like this. I don't have this hook, so I'm going to use this for the project. I can actually take it off later. I have my bent nose plier, my cutter, and then of course my size 12 beading needle. So let's get started. And start by cutting off the fishing line. I'm just going to cut a little fishing line because already I have something that I'm already working on. This is what I'm going to use to explain the full tutorial. First of all, I'm going to cut a little fishing line to demonstrate how to start it with this yellow bead that I have here. You can cut what you can work with. You don't need to make it so long. Press the tip so that you can pass it into your needle. Do the same thing on the other side. And pass into your needle. First of all, for this project, I'm going to work this way. Since because of this single one that we have here, what I usually do, or what I did on this one, start from this plate and create it up to this spot. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I will turn to my right to create this side, and also turn down and end it up here. Then I'll use a new fishing line tool and continue here and also end it here. But if you want to make this design without this part, you can actually start from here going this way and ending it up here, or you can start from this side, depends on how you want to do it. Since it's a V shape, you can start like this up this place and you end it up here. It depends on what you want to do. But since I'm doing this design, I'm going to work in half, one half of this, then the other half. So I'll start by picking up one crystal bead, this crystal bead here will serve as this one. Next, on my right fishing line, I'll pick up 3 then on my left I'll pick up 1. On my left fishing line, I cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. Turn your needle together, then pull down. This is what you should have. Next, I'm going to pick up on my right fishing line 3 tan bead, and then on my left I'll pick up 1. Then cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. Pull down again. You have the second one. You need 6 crystal beads in a circle. You can see there are 6 here. So we are going to continue picking up 3 crystal on your right. Sorry, 3 tan bead on your right, 1 on your left. Then you interlock with 1 crystal bead. So let's continue. Then cross with 1. You can see we have 4 already. So I'm going to still repeat the same thing. Pick up 3. One on my left fishing line, then cross both with 1 crystal bead. Pull down. You can see I have 5 already. So I'm still going to repeat again. 3, on my right, one on my left. Cross both fishing lines with one crystal bead. You can see we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we are ready to close this U shape into a circle. So I'm going to pick up, this time around I'm not making use of my right fishing line. I'll use my left fishing line. I'll pick up 1 sand bead, let me explain it very well. So this is what I use in picking up my 1 sand bead. I'm going to move it into this first bead we started with. So I pack my needle, my left fishing line, into this crystal bead this way and pull. You have something like this. So you can see the sand bead at the middle already 6. So now that we've gotten this, your left fishing line coming out of this, your right fishing line coming out of this, so we are going to cross both fishing lines with the 3 sand bead that we did not pick, or we've not picked already. This is what I have. So you're going to pack your left fishing line, that's your left needle, into it. You have this. So pull, and this is what you have. Don't worry. So what you're going to do is pack your needle into these 2 crystal beads. Your right goes into this, your right fishing line goes into this, your left fishing line goes into this, and you cross it on this sand bead. What we are doing is to make this loose end connected with a bead, so we have to connect it with your fishing line. So I've turned it around, my needle goes into this, and my other needle goes into this. Okay, and we are going to cross it with this sand bead here, that's the middle one. You have your fishing line coming out of this and this, you cross with the middle one. So pack my right needle into the middle bead, pass my left working thread into the same bead, then pull. So what you're going to do next is to move it around. You move it up to this spot and you also cross again. Don't worry, bead is a little loose, but when you're done it will be stronger. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to cross with this same bead. Okay. This is what we have now. So pass your needle again into this up bead and cross with this. After which you'll be ready to continue with the second flower. Now cross move my fishing line into this up bead. This is where your thread came out from. You cross it into this bead. Okay, you have this already. So we are going to start the second bead, which is this. The good thing about this design is that you don't have trouble in the direction you want to turn. What you simply do is, when you want to pass your working thread into the middle, if you want to turn to this direction, you simply cross with this middle bead here. If you want to turn to this direction to work with this way, that let's assume that you've gotten to this place and you want to move your working thread to continue with this side. What you simply do is, when you're moving your thread into the center bead, you cross with this one, this particular one here. This should be the last bead you cross with, the last stand bead you cross with. So automatically you are facing this direction, you continue with it. So to make the second flower, we already have this one automatically is this for the next flower. So what you're going to do is, you pick up with your left fishing line, you pick up one crystal bead and one sand bead. On your left fishing line, then you cross both fishing lines with one crystal bead. Okay, as you can see. So next, what you're going to be doing after this stage, you're not going to pick up one crystal, one sand bead. You only pick up one sand bead on your left fishing line. You pick up 3 on your right, then you cross with one crystal bead. So let's pick up 1, on my left, that's this fishing line, then 3 on my right. So I'm going to cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. Keep repeating that, picking up 1 sand bead on your left, 3 on your right, until you have 6 crystal beads. And I will show you how to continue when I come back. Okay, now I have 6 crystal beads here. So we'll continue with what I told you before. Pick up 1 on your left fishing line, a bigger one, then you move into this crystal bead. Remember, you started like this. You always pack this one, and when you get to the last stage, you always go into the first point that you pick, that first crystal bead you pick. So I'll go into it like this. If it's up, you are going from, if it's still facing this way, you are going from up down, but I usually turn mine. So I'm going from the bottom upward, then I'll pull. Okay, you're almost done with your second flower. Don't worry, just trying it not be loose again. This is what you have. So we are going to cross both fishing lines with 3 sand beads. Remember, when you get to the last stage, you always cross with 3 sand beads. So these are 3 sand beads. I'm going to pass my left needle into it. So pull down. Okay. See? Start crossing. Your thread is coming out of this one. You are going to move your thread back into these 2 crystal beads. Into your thread is coming out of. You move your left one into this, your right one into this, and cross with this sand bead. Okay. This is my left fishing line. Move it into this, and as well move it into this and this sand bead, because we are crossing with it. If you want to move it separately, you can. Okay. Move this one into the crystal bead, and that same sand bead, this sand bead. So that's how you do it. Every time you finish up, go back into that same bead and pull. I hope I'm not going to have a cracked bead here. Okay. 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 The next thing you're going to do, you can see it's still very weak, unlike this one. You're going to move your fishing lines into all the bead. Remember, I told you to continue in this direction. You are going to cross in this one. So now let's just assume that we've gotten to the last bead. For this pattern, I'm going to use 2. Let's assume that we've gotten to the length you want. If you've gotten to this spot, if you want to use 3, it depends on you. I'm using 4. So now I want to turn to this direction so I can make this part. What I'm going to do is move my fishing line. I'll end it here. When you're turning, this pattern enables you to turn easily. You only pass your needle to the direction where you want to turn. If you want to turn here, you simply just move this into this bead and this, you end it here. While this other bead goes around and back to the same spot, then you continue like this. But we are going to turn and continue in this direction, not this center again, but the one after this middle bead. So I'm going to pass my right fishing line, this, pass my right needle to that one and end it here. You can see, because I want to work with this direction. So my right needle ends here, while I move my left one. I also end it by crossing with that same bead. Okay, this is what I have. You can see gradually you pull. You have your second flower. So let's continue. I'm going to this crystal bead and also into this one. Next, I'll move my left needle, my left thread into the same crystal bead. Then cross by going into that same 3 sand bead. Alright, this is what you have now. You can see your working thread are coming out of this 3 sand bead. So we are going to continue. You repeat what you did before. For every fourth stage, that if you want to create a new flower, just like you've done, the first step, you are going to pick up one crystal bead. This is the only time you are going to pick up one crystal bead when you're starting. One sand bead, then you cross with one crystal bead. So this time around you are not picking anything on your right, because we have sand bead already here. We already have sand bead here. So we are going to cross both fishing lines with one crystal bead. So we have this. This is what you should have at the beginning. So next we are going to pick up, just like we'll be doing, one sand bead on your left, 3 on your right, then you cross with one crystal bead. I have one on my left. I'm going to pick up 3 on my right. That's what I have. Cross with one crystal bead. Okay, this is what you have. As you can see, you already in this direction. So you keep repeating the same thing, one on your left, one stand bead on your left, 3 on your right, until you get to 6 crystal bead, and I'll be back to continue. Okay, now we have 6 crystal bead. I've already picked up one on my left fishing line. So I'm going to the same first bead we started with and pull. Okay, this is what you should have. So next we are going to cross with 3 stand bead. Pick up 3 stand bead. Doesn't matter which fishing line you are using to pick it. So I cross with my other fishing line. I'm passing my needle into it, then pull. Okay, you can see we've turned successfully. So you're going to pass your fishing line just like I told you, into this, you cross with this, and this time around, you know, okay, this time around you start making your turn at the center. So my right fishing line goes into the middle bead after the crystal bead. Okay, move the other fishing line into the crystal and into that same sand bead. You can always use your bent nose plier to pull. Okay, now you are ready to secure this middle bead. So this time around we are working with this middle side, with this middle one. So you're going to move your fishing line around into this. You can see if you end it here, you still are going to go in this way. So this time around we are going to work with the middle one. You have 2 here, 2 sand beads, 1 2 on your left, 1 2 on your right. So you end it at the middle side. Go into, so and let's see. Okay, you do the same thing with the other fishing line. Okay, now we are ready to end it up. Go into this crystal bead and into the sand bead up. Like I told you before, whichever direction you want to move with is when you're closing up the center bead, that is the right time to move your working thread to that direction. So now I'm going to cross my other fishing line in that middle one. Okay, this is what you have, and you are ready to continue. So I'll simply drop this one and continue with the project, the one I'm working with. As you can see, just a moment. Okay, I'm ready to continue. As you can see, I decided to use 9. I tried to use 10, but I have to move my working thread to this spot. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So you just, when you want to turn, you do what the way I explained this to you, and you'll get it. So now I'm here, which is here. The 3 sand bead after the middle. This is the middle one. This is the 3 sand bead next to it. That's where I turned my working thread to, which is here. So next we want to continue this line up to this spot. So to continue, I just turn it around. This is easier for me to work this way. So you can see this is what I did. This is where we are now. This part is here, and this side is this spot. So we want to start creating this now. So what we are going to do is pick up 1 crystal bead. Remember I told you, when you want to start a new flower, that's how you do it. 1 crystal bead, 1 sand bead, then you are going to cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. To start, you are not going to pick up any sand bead on your right fishing line, because we have one that is seated here. Okay, gotten this fox. Okay, this first one. So after crossing, what you are going to do is you are going to move your fishing line into these 3 beads here. That is this one here. This is the 3 bead I'm talking to, I'm referring to. I see. So you pull. So next, you're going to pick up 1 sand bead on your left fishing line. Then cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. As you can see, on this project, this level that we're working, you will always be making use of 3. Let me see. Yes, the next one we are going to go into these 2 bead, 1 2, which is this and this. But for this, let's continue. Now that we have this, we are going to pick up, this time around, as usual, we'll pick up 1 on our left fishing line. Then pick up 3 on our right. Then cross those fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. Okay. Do that 2 more times, then I'll be back to continue. Okay, this is what I have. So I'm done with this first flower. Remember I told you we're going to be working with this 2 V-like shape, this and this, for the other circle, this and this for another flower, this and this for another flower. You keep doing that. So next, I'm going to move my right fishing line, my right needle into this first 3 beads and pull. This is what I have. So, and you can see, just a moment. Okay, oh, I think there's an error here. First of all, make the first, that this fourth one, before we continue in that method. So I'm going to pick up one crystal bead, one sand bead, and cross both fishing lines with one crystal bead. And the other one I pass here is supposed to be after this step. I don't know why I created this design, so still trying not to mess it up. Okay, you can now move into that bead I went into before. This is the right time. You must do this before you go into this bead. Okay, now we are ready to continue. This time around we are only going to pick up one sand bead on your left, Now we are going to cross both fishing lines with one crystal bead. You can see. So next, you move your right fishing line into this bead. This is the last one you are going into for this flower. You can see it. First, after this stage, I went into this. I got this. After crossing, I went into this. So we're going to pick up one sand bead on my left fishing line, then cross both fishing line with one crystal bead. Okay, at the fourth one, the second one, when you do the second one, when you go into this second sand bead, after crossing the the crystal bead, you should have 1 2 3 4 crystal bead. So you create the remaining 2 and we'll continue. Okay, this is what I have now. I pack my thread into all the sand beads on the center. This time around I didn't go up to all this side because I want to finish up my fishing line. So I'm just going to tie a knot. You can see, tie a knot and move your fishing line away from this spot. You can pass this into this bead, pass this one into, just move it away from here before you cut off the excess. If you want to still work, I think this would have been enough to create another circle, but this, my fishing line is quite shorter So that's why I decided to end it up. So just pack into a few beads, then if you want to, you can tie another knot and pack it away again, then you cut off. Then to continue this, the next step, you are going to pack your fishing line. You cut off a new, when you cut off a new fishing line, you pack it into these 3 beads. Then you pick up 1 crystal, 1 sand bead, and you cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal bead. You continue to create. After that, you go into this, pick up 1 sand bead, cross with 1 crystal before you go into this. By then you should have 4 crystal bead. You continue till you have 6. Then you repeat what I explained previously. Then when I get to this spot, I'll be back to explain this. There's a little turn in here that I want to show you. So when I get to this spot, I'll come back to show you. Okay, this is what I have now. So I'm going to turn it around to continue. First, I'm going to pick up 1 crystal, 1 sand bead on my left fishing line, then across with 1 crystal. Okay, next I'm going to move till we're already at this point. Let me show you. This line is this line, and this where I am now. Okay, I'm creating this now. This is the second to the last one. So I'm at this point now. So I'm going to pack into this, this flakes here. That's this one. From this, trying to create this circle, I'm going to enter into 3 beads here. When I was creating the body, I was going into 2. That's this first one and the second one. But because of this edge here, this corner here, this turn, I'm going to enter this, and also enter this. So let's continue. Now that I have this, I'm going to pick up 1 sand bead on my left fishing line, cross both with 1 crystal. We are going to the next sand bead. Even if you turn it around like this, this is what you are doing now. I'm going to pick up 1 sand bead. Wow. Then cross both fishing lines with 1 crystal. Okay. Normally you're supposed to end here, but because you want to create this down part, They're going to enter this sand bead here, which is the last that you're going to enter for this flower. So I pick up one sand bead on my left and cross with one crystal bead. So next I'm going to pick up one sand bead on my left, 3 on my right, pull down and cross with one crystal bead. This is the 6th crystal. So I'm going to pick up one sand bead, go into the first one I created, now I'm going to cross both fishing lines with 3 sand beads. So I'm going to go into, we've gotten back to where you usually go into both crystal bead. Just turn around and come out from this place, this sand bead here. Continue, you just create one more. That's it. This is where I ended my own. So I'll be back when I've finished creating the next circle. Alright, this is the first half of my work. This is what it should look like. This side, that's what I have here. So to continue this side, you cut a new fishing line, and this is the middle. You pass your thread into this bead, into this one, then you do the other half. This is the middle, this is the middle part. This is where this one started from. So we start the other side, the other half from this side too, and then just repeat what I taught here. Now I'll be back to show you what it looks like when I get to this point. Alright, this is what I have now. I've finished this other half, and this is what your necklace should look like. So the next step we're going to do is to create this lower part of the necklace here. So to do that, I still have to turn my necklace upside down to continue. And then in this first half, I was actually working from my right to my left. And then I'm going into all these beads, I was using my right working thread to go into them. Now this time around, I'll be working from my left to my right. Now on the other side, that's this half, I was actually using my left working thread to pick up one crystal bead and one sand bead. But this time around, I'll be using my right working thread to pick it. so that I can walk from my left to my right. So I will briefly explain it here so you can finish up the rest. Now I have I'm going to use my right working thread, that's this one. Pick up one crystal, and I cross both fishing lines with one crystal. Okay. So pass my left thread into this bead, then pull. So I'm going to pick up one sand bead on my right thread, then cross both fishing lines with one crystal bead. Remember, in just the first place that you're going to pick up one crystal and one sand bead, but after that you only pick up one sand bead on your right or your left, depending on the side you are working on. So this time around, since I'm not going into any sand bead, I'll pick up one sand bead on my right and three sand bead on my left fishing line. On the other side, I was using my right fishing line to pick the three sand bead, but this time around I'm using my left fishing line to pick it. Then cross both with one crystal. Okay, we have 4 already. I'll pick up one again. On my right, on my left, and I'll cross with one crystal bead. Just do that around again, and it's still the same thing with what you've been doing. Do that again until the crystal bead are 6 in number. Then you pack just like you've been doing before. Then continue like that till you get to this spot. You have to enter 3 beads there like I told you. And that's all. I'll be back to attach my hook. Okay, this is my full length, but if you want it to be longer than this, you can add an extra flower to yours. This one I use a 9, but for this red one I used 10, but I noticed that it was dropping too much for me. So what I did was to connect a fishing line into all these beads, that this place here. I go into this, I pick one bead, then pass my needle into this, pick one bead, pass my needle into this. That's what I did for all. That's the pattern I was doing till I got to the end. So I had to pull to make it shrink a bit. That's what I did here. And for this one I'm not going to do, because I made it 9 instead of 10. So I'm going to leave it this way. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how to finish your necklace. So I have 2 threads here. That's my fishing line. Pass the first one and turn it around. The center one, that's this one here. I'm going to double it. So I go into the bead again. Now I have 2 fishing lines. I'm going to separate it this way, then pick up 3 sand beads. Then do the same thing on this other side. Okay. Pass all the fishing lines into one crystal bead. Now I'm passing it into my stopper bead, that's my crimp bead. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is pass and I'll still take it off. I'm passing it into my hook. Then pack or bend it like this and pass this one back into this top bead. You can do it separately if everything is not going into the top bead at once. Okay, so this is what you should have. So you are going to pull be careful so you don't cut your fishing line or your thread. Now that we have this, you can now remember to give a little loop here so that your hook can move freely. So I'm just going to press this down. You can use any type of clasp that you want. I don't have this currently, that's why I'm using this one. You just press it down, then cut off the excess fishing line. I like to cut them one after the other. If you want to cut, I don't know how it will look like. When you cut everything at once, I think you can still do it that way, but you, at the end you might be able to see the fishing line under the bead. That's the crystal bead. When you cut it separately, it will not be all that visible, as you can see. So you can now repeat this same step here. Okay, here's our completed necklace. Beautiful. I always like this necklace anytime. Just like I told you, it's not a difficult project. You just need to take your time. You need time while doing it. While on it, if you feel you have to take a break, please do. Don't overstress yourself while trying this project or while making it. When you're tired. I hope you had a nice time trying this necklace. If you have any comment or any question about this tutorial, please drop your comment below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye.